Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Housekeeping notes before we get started. All the product I'm using will be listed below as all the dimensions. There's a link to my online store if you'd like to purchase any of these products. There's my email address, a link to our Facebook group. We'd love to have you join that. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and help me grow. As I said on Monday, I was going to be playing with Pansy Patch all week because there was just so much to do with this set. And so that's what we're going to be doing. So let me show you what we're going to be making today. I can pick my hands on it. This is the card we're making today. And it opens this way. It's a nice little card. So let me show you how I built this card and what I used. So let's do some stamping before we get started. So we are going to be using Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Pretty Peacock today. And when you look at this card, I don't know if you noticed it, but may not be able to tell on camera, that is not white. We're using very vanilla on this card. It's not one we use all the time. So we need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4. You need just a scrap of very vanilla, big enough to fit into your punch. And I'm going to be using my oval punches here, and this was just big enough to go slide in there. I'll put a little handle on it in a little bit for my verse, and then our envelope. And I do need a stamping mat. So why don't we start with the envelope? Now the envelope, I'm actually doing the exact same way as I did on the card on Monday. I'm using the little one. And we're going to use Pretty Peacock this time for our green. I'm going to stamp that right there. And then I'm also going to bring in our inside piece. So we're going to put one of these and get the envelope stamped. There we go. Just like that. And then I'm going to use Highland Heather. Leave that one open, we're not done with it. We'll use Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. The Highland Heather I'm using for the piece on the outside, the larger piece, like that. And right like that. And then this one we'll use Gorgeous Grape. That's our nice little envelope. And this is the inside of our card. Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and close up the Gorgeous Grape and Highland because we're done with those two colors. We're going to be doing all of our verses in Pretty Peacock. So for the inside, we are doing Wishing... I can't even read it through there. Let's stamp it and then we'll see what it says. Try to get this as straight as possible. Wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. So that's the inside of our card. And then we're going to take our other little piece here and just say happy birthday. Put that right in the center here. Like that. And that is all the stamping. So we'll set both of those aside for a few minutes and we'll move on to making the flowers. I'm going to bring out the dies and set them over here. I have pre-cut all of the flowers, and I'll bring the card back in here too so you can see most of it. I have made, hang on here, let me get the pieces out. They are stuck in the sleeve here. show you what I cut out. So for the large pansy, there's this piece here, and I cut this one out of Very Vanilla. So you need one of those. Now for the back part of the pansy, I cut this one out of Highland Heather. Is it Highland? No, sorry, Fresh Freesia. Getting my colors mixed up. And this one, you need to cut 2 of these. That's Fresh Freesia. Then you're also going to need 2 of this piece here, and that is Gorgeous Grape. Then you'll need 1 of these. That one's also Gorgeous Grape. And then this one here, which is the centerpiece, is black, and it's this one right here. And then you need a center, which I've got a couple centers right here. And that's out of Daffodil Delight, and that is this little one here, which cuts 3 of them out at one time. So that's what you need to build a large flower, okay? I already did the leaves as well. The leaves, there's 2 sizes of leaves, and these are out of Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. And you can see here's the back one. So I did that Lost Lagoon, and the top is Pretty Peacock. I did the back Lost Lagoon and the top Pretty Peacock. They go together really easily. Now the little bud flower, which is this one here, there's the stem. I cut him out of Pretty Peacock. The back piece I cut out of Highland Heather. See all the detail in that. And this, and that's right here, and this is the front piece that goes over the top of it. So I'm put the leaves together and one of the flowers. I'm going to show you how to put the second flower and the small one together. Like I said, there was a lot you could do with this. You can die cut, you could stamp, you could do all kinds of things with this set. So set him over here so you can see him while I'm building. So I'm going to grab my stamping mat, my silicone mat. Almost a must in this one. So I'm going to start with my Very Vanilla piece and this purple one here. And I'm just holding it off to the side, and I'm hang on here. I'm holding it down here so I can get glue on this side here. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue. Now, if you wanted to put this on the adhesive sheets, you could, but I didn't find gluing this one difficult at all. Just a little bit of glue. Oop. And if you line up, you can see exactly where this goes. I guess I could move this camera in a little bit. I will do that. You can see it goes in really easily. There, move it so you can see me a little better. Okay, the next thing you need to do is build these 2 pieces with their little tops. So I'm just gonna like I said, it doesn't need a lot of glue, just enough to hold it. And you can actually see where to line this up. You can see how I'm lining it up right there. But the glue gives you a second to move stuff around a little bit. Just like that. That's why I said I didn't want to, I put a couple of them together. You didn't need to sit and watch me glue all the little pieces together. Oop, got a little too much. You do just spread it out. You can see where I'm starting as this little hump right here. I'm lining it up, and it follows itself right around. Okay. Next, we need to hook these 2 pieces together. Now this one, I hooked them really close. They're a very narrow piece here. You can hook them like this to make them smaller. You can make them bigger. I'm gonna do mine about halfway. You can make them any, little glue there. You can make them shallower or wider. You know, it's whatever you want to do. Just like that. And then this is going to go right in here, like this one. I think I got him a little too, I'm a little shallower. So with the glue, you have time to move it. And then you can put this right in here like that. So you just need a little bit of glue right there. You can tell I cut this out of a paste that I was playing with. But no one else will know but you and me. Okay. That goes in just like that. Next is the little black piece. And it goes in here. If you look at it, this little piece right here and this little piece sit right on top of, get them right in there. It sits right on top of the little piece of purple. You don't see exactly where it goes. It's right on top of it. Okay, the last piece is this little teardrop circle. There, it is a teardrop. And the dot should come down towards me. So I'm going to put a little glue and I'm going to grab my, this. Put a little dot of glue. Pick this up. Set it right where I want it. And then I'm going to take the other end. I've got the cap still on, just to hold it in place for just a second. So that is our flower. So, and that's the second one. Now this one was Highland Heather. Oh, better take and cover this up. Highland Heather, Very Vanilla Black, of course, Daffodil. Bubblegum is the other color I used in this one. So this was Fresh Freesia, this one was Bubblegum. So, I don't need that. Okay, like I said, we already have our 4 leaves here. Now we need our little friend here. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the purple here, on the Gorgeous Grape. They're both purple. And I'm going to glue it right on the front here. And this end lines right up to it. And then this one is going to go over just like this. So you can almost see where it goes. Just put glue right. This is why the silicone mat is great for building this. It's easier than holding in your hand, I think. And this goes right over the top. And hold it down for just a second. And there's our little pansy bud. So that's how you put these together. I think it's very easy. So let me get this scooted back out. So we've got all of our flowers cut and made. Now it's time to build a card. Let's grab these extra pieces over here. They got buried. So we are going to start with a piece of Lost Lagoon that is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And we're going to go ahead and stick the inside of our card in. Okay, well, I've got this piece out. This is a piece of Lost Lagoon. Just a piece of scrap. So I can punch out a hole that we'll need in a little bit. And here's our happy birthday. So while we've got that out here, I'm just going to throw a little Post-it on the back. You've seen me do this before. And I can slide this in. Believe it or not, my paper is too wide. Hang on, I need to trim off just a little bit. Yeah, if your paper's too wide to go into where you want it, just trim a little off. I'm lining that up. And there's our verse. So there's that part. Now, the front of this is the Scalloped Contours dies. This is the largest one out of black. So I started with a piece of 5.5 by 4.25 quarter sheet and cut that out, and that's going on there. Now, you could put this on dimensionals if you wanted. I am not, because I'm putting the flowers up on dimensionals, and I was trying to keep the height down for postage, you know. But if you're hand carrying this, I would definitely put it up on dimensionals. I was hand carrying it. Okay, let's put the happy birthday together real quick. Might want to peel off the Post-it. They got stuck to the back side. Yeah, I thought about using the small die out of the Scalloped Contours, but it was just a little too big for what I needed, so I went with the other one. So now I'm going to lay out my card. So I know I want him up here. And so I'm just sort of laying out where everybody's going to go. This is going to overlap just slightly. I want him right about here. Just getting me a feel where I want everything. I'm going to grab my dimensionals. I'm going to go ahead and put the happy birthday on. I'm going to put a dimensional behind here. And I'm going to not put a lot of dimensionals on this, but I am going to put a couple. You notice I'm placing them where the seams are. That's just a little extra insurance if your glue didn't hold, which it should. But so we're going to start with this piece. About like that. And I want this one to be right here, just coming up over the little arches there. I want him about there. So that's about right. So pull that one off. I'll leave a little longer stem on this one. But you can lay this out any way you want. You can put flowers on the other side, you know. Turn them different directions. Add more leaves or less leaves. Just about like that. Now these, I'm not, well, yeah, let's go ahead and put them on dimensionals. Why not? There's room. Well, I know I want a big one over on this side. Big one over in this area here. Let's put a small one up here. I think I'll put this one here. This is not laid out like the last card. It's still different. That's okay. That's what's the beauty of this, is you can lay it out all different ways. And then I want some bling for this card. So I went for the adhesive back pearls, because the pearls picked up the purples and the greens out of this so beautifully. And I'm going to go with the little smaller ones. And I'm putting them right on the black. Like that. And that is our card for today, using the Pansy Punch. Oh, there's the envelope for this one. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you've bought this set and you haven't played with her, I really highly recommend you go out and do it. And I've had fun just experimenting with different colors and different things, but I'm showing you what I finally came up with. But I put all different colors together. I had blues. I had one I was playing with. I had Orchid Oasis and Starry Sky. And, you know, put all kinds of colors together and go out and have fun and play with this set. The set's still available in the catalog, so if you like it, please visit my online store. And thank you for joining me, and I will see you on Friday. And we have a fun pansy project, and it's not a card. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.